Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction and read through for Omniscient Reader or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, Chapter 298. Still not feeling all that well, so sorry if my voice still isn't, good, but, it sounds better than last time, I feel like. But either way, I think this will probably be kind of a short one. We'll probably be getting into the action again, since we kind of did our, between rounds strategizing and discussion and updating things, all of that last chapter. We're probably getting into the action of round two, and it's one of those things where, naturally, plot wise, you would kind of assume this is going to be an L because we only need to win two in a row, right? So if we won the first one, you'd think this has got to be a loss. We're not just, especially with the hints of Jungkook having people to come in, or Asmodeus saying they'll get involved with the third round on. It just feels like we wouldn't just end things at the second round. So sadly, there's no way our main characters are going to win this. It feels like last time Skybreaking Master was just the GOAT carrying the team, but so was Jungkook. And it seems like at the very end, Dokja was like, oh, I think I have a plan or whatever, and the other team was like, oh, they have a really, really, really strong competitor in Jungkook. We need to worry about Jungkook. So I feel like the strategy would be to take advantage of the fact that the other teams are really just focused on Jungkook and underestimating the others. I didn't say anything, but I think the thumbnail clicking onto this week's chapter was Hayoung, maybe? I think it was Hayoung. They looked a little different. So maybe that's the plan. Again, just use the fact that they're all focused on Jungkook to, maybe leverage that they'll be surprised at what Hayoung and Dokja can do, since Hayoung and Dokja didn't really fight in the first round. But either way, I think that's about it. Can't remember anything else, so let's see what happens. And really, we don't have any of the new members coming in, but it seems like Osu, Myunggo, and Samyoung might be sitting the bench, so we might just be down to our 4 players. Also, there's the fact that you get buffs depending on which position you're in, so they could fool them as well by switching them into different positions. Like, if they're worried about Jungkook was an all-rounder last time, even though they were like, Oedipus was like, wasn't he a melee DPS? Maybe they do actually switch him into melee DPS or something, and he gets a buff even further. But also, everybody gets a buff, I think, because again, unless I'm getting the rounds wrong, and it's like, this is just game 1, and we're playing a different game after this game. They said that round 1, everybody would be restricted to 10%. So now I would assume going into round 2 that our restriction changes from 10% to something higher, but that could be, again, maybe that's for a different game. Maybe there's another game after this. Maybe I'm just not, again, grasping it fully yet. But we're starting off with, I didn't watch, because I'm not caught up, I hadn't read this chapter yet. I didn't watch all of Pyro's stream earlier, but I watched most of it, and he called it a rock. I was thinking Garuda, but Thunder Eating Bird could be Garuda, or it could be rock, right? I didn't even think of that before. So I'm not sure if Thunder Eating Bird is Garuda or rock. And I forget General of the Vanaras. That was his name, right? I forget his actual name. There he is. And we really didn't see Papyrus at all. I guess Papyrus was getting off-screened by Skybreaking Master last time. There he is. We have Jungkook again drawing aggro. Maybe switching Jungkook to tank then, since they're all going to focus on Jungkook, would be good. Now, and this is, I think this was Melodon. We have, I'm assuming, Oedipus charging the Sero. Brace yourself, we're nothing like last time. He fires off multiple beams around the area, keeping Jungkook centered. Then Manu comes in. They're really using the teamwork. And at the same time, there's some sort of crashing attack. Or maybe that's just the level of effect coming from Manu's spear. He deflects upward. At least I thought that was Manu's spear coming in. But we see General of the Vanara there. And he's having to deal with all of them. Wait, why isn't he going down? There's something off with his stamina. No, don't tell me. Did they switch him to tank? Skybreaking Master, and Dokja calls out. Skybreaking Master goes after the Thunder Eating Bird. It cries out and takes their attention off of Jungkook. And again, now while the attention's off of Jungkook, go for the counter. Skybreaking Master really is putting in work. Dokja, buy me 10 seconds. We have Hayoung. Got it. In this game, any stigma or skill that exceeds a certain level of power is classified as an ultimate. And ultimates can only be unlocked using points obtained through gameplay. Jung Hayoung uses points earned in the game to unlock a specific skill. Okay, this is probably what the thumbnail was, so it probably was Hayoung. Helper Jung Hayoung is preparing an ultimate. Helper Jung Hayoung activates Skybreaking Fist, level 10. Okay, so this is a Skybreaking type move. Of course, we know that Hayoung learned all of that. Okay. So Skybreaking move goes in, and Skybreaking Master gets out of there. That's a massive move, too. I guess it is the ult. He's ulting. Okay, so he ults on them. Helper Jung Hayoung has killed Helper Thunder Devouring Bird. Helper Jung Hayoung is neutralized Helper, General of the Vanara. And now we've got Oedipus with Dokja and Manu chasing Jungkook. Okay, they are down. I told you. I trained hard too, you know. I thought it'd be a win if he took down even one constellation. Did he make a deal with the unidentified wall? Go, Dokja. Lots of mouthless panels this chapter so far. Go, Dokja. Stick to the plan. I've got this. Okay, and now Hayoung's teaming up with Skybreaking Master with Oedipus as Dokja gets away. Kill them. Helper Jung Hayoung's been killed. Helper Skybreaking Master's been killed. Okay, they got off-screened then by whoever was left from that group. So 2 down on both sides. And then the third team is still untouched. The Papyrus team is still off-screened. Well, at least Jungkook's still alive. That was fast, Demon King of Salvation. Okay, so again, maybe they're taking the L. They have to take the L here because they're working together. And that'll send us into round 3 where we'll get reinforcements with at least Asmodeus. The last pharaoh, Cleopatra, the scorpion goddess, Serket, and King Oedipus from the Meladon complex. I see. Sorry, I just kind of want to laugh every time I see it. Another mouthless panel. So, you've decided to join forces, huh? Weird, bulging stinger from Serket? Okay. Then bandage attack from Cleopatra. They bind him down and fire poison attack, I would assume, and another Sarah. Okay, so I guess maybe Dokja will be out. And wow, that was extremely quick. Again, I figured it would be another action panel since last chapter we ended another action chapter. Last chapter we ended like really starting round 2. So I figured it would be a short one. But yeah, ended up actually being a very short one. I am excited to see more of the characters on the other teams, though. I wonder how much we'll get into them. I'm excited to see more of them. We mainly focused mostly on ones we'd already seen, but we are bringing in a little bit of Papyrus this chapter. But like I said at the beginning, I think we're just going to take an L here. They had me fooled at first. At first, Hayoung took out 2 of them, and like Dokja and Jungkook were doing well. So I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe this is going to be like more interesting than I thought. Maybe we do just get the second win here somehow, even though it seemed like a long shot, or at least maybe the characters we have hold them off until reinforcements show up or something. And then we move on to a second game. I wasn't really assuming there would be a second game, but I'm not sure if I'm wrong about that. Again, don't spoil. Like, this is just a rhetorical kind of question. But thinking about it, it's like, okay, it seemed natural that they would lose. And it will be interesting if the Kim Dokcha, Yoo Jung-hyuk team gets taken out. What will happen with the other two when they turn on each other? Like, how will they decide the winner between the two of them? Will they just fight it out? And maybe that'll, like, breed some bad blood between them moving into future rounds that'll make their teamwork in future rounds less good. Like, maybe the plan is just take out the Kim Dokcha team and then turn on each other. And so maybe however that works out in this round could make them less good at their teamwork next round. When we do have backup, like maybe Asmodeus getting in, but we don't know what kind of backup the other teams could have either. Though it seems like they are already fairly stacked. I mean, Oedipus is a pretty famous historical figure, Manu as well. Like, they're not on the level of, like, you know, Wukong type of heavy hitter, you know, but they're pretty famous figures. And when you think about Asmodeus coming in to help the Dokcha team, like, who would you say is a more famous or heard of or recognizable mythological figure between Asmodeus or Oedipus? I feel like in terms of like fame and stuff, Oedipus would be already on that kind of level, even if in the ORV world, maybe because of being a demon king, Asmodeus is really that strong. But also Asmodeus is pretty well known. I mean, a lot of fiction uses like the demon princes or whatever, especially the 7 deadly sins ones, which would have Asmodeus in there for lust. So Asmodeus is a pretty famous like mythological figure. But either way, I guess that's it. I don't really think I can stretch to say too much. It's one of those things where I really, really wanted to do the weekly videos, but I almost wonder if it would be a better experience for everyone if I, like, you know, would save up a few chapters and then get to read a few at a time. But I'm having fun doing things weekly. I'm having fun with the videos being a bit shorter, and I can always just talk about my thoughts, talk about my feelings for a bit. But either way, you know, 2 more weeks until we hit chapter 300, then I'll be doing some special stuff. I don't know if that means I'll delay the 301 reaction. I'm not planning to right now, but I guess it depends on how long it takes me to make those other videos. It depends on how long they end up being. I mean, the real hard work of it is just preparation stuff, like going through, taking notes and stuff like that, and I've already done that, really. So either way, I'll end things here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Omniscient Reader, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. Sorry, my voice is getting kind of scratchy. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, you get One Piece Bingo early. Usually I wasn't able to do the most recent one because I was sick. You know, I'm not feeling terrible. I think I'm maybe going to try to record it after this, if my voice holds up, and then just post both of these. But you get One Piece Bingo a bit early, you get your name at the end of videos, and of course you get to help support the channel. So hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan, Holly, and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls Dee Ben and Maru, Chariton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pate Ariel, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.